So we're looking here at the assessment of injuries, and we're going to be looking at the Totaps regime. Totaps stands for Talk, Observe, Touch, Active Movement, Passive Movement and a Skills Test. We've got an athlete here that's hurt themselves while playing basketball, and we're going to come over and just go through the Totaps regime to get an idea of where the player is at. This is the initial treatment we do before the players even move from the field. So the first one we come over to Jake, and we just ask, we just talk. So we ask, what's happened here, what have you done?
I hurt my knee.
Okay, which one, which knee?
My left knee.
Alright, so he's hurt his knee, so we just talk to the person to get an idea of the injury, okay, and what it actually is. Alright, then after we've spoken to the injured person, we're then going to observe. So I'm going to look at both the injured knee and the healthy knee to get if there's any difference between the two. There might be some swelling, there might be some deformity, some discoloration. Alright, so straight away I can see there's a little bit of a difference in the two knees, so I know that there's definitely going to be some form of an injury. So that's observing. After we have observed the injuries, we're then going to touch it. So I'm just going to say to the injured person here that I'm going to start away from the injured site. I'm going to work my way a little bit closer to where the knee is, and when it gets a bit more painful, he's going to let me know. So I can tell by the look on Jake's face that it's starting to hurt a lot more now. A bit closer to the knee, the injury's a bit more serious, so I know there's definitely going to be a real injury there for the knee. So we've been through talk, we've observed, and then we've actually touched the injured site itself. After that, we're going to go through the active movement, where I'm going to ask the injured person to see if he can move his knee for me, how much movement he's got, just again to work out how severe and how bad the actual injury is. So just see if you can move your knee for me, Jake, at all. Okay, so he's got a little bit of movement there. Still see on his face that it's quite painful, and he's not very comfortable with what he's doing. So that's the active movement. Next one's going to be passive movement, where the trainer, in this situation being me or the teacher, is going to move the injured site. So again, first of all, I'm going to let the person know, now I'm going to try and move your knee just to see how much movement we've got. Right, so I can see that I can start to move it a little bit more, but there is still a fair bit of pain on the person's face, so it is showing that there is a serious injury here. Okay, so it is going to be quite severe. So we've gone through active movement, where the injured person moves the knee himself. Then passive, where the trainer or a teacher or someone nearby going through the acronym tries to move it for him to work out the range of movement that we've got, and we know it's quite severe. In this case, where Jake is unable to move his knee a lot, the last part of the acronym would be skills test, where if he was to return to play, I would ask him, because it is basketball, to go and stand up and run and do some dribbling, but because his knee's not very good, we're not going to ask him to do that. But you need to be able to do something to show that you could perform back in the sport again with the injury. And obviously this one's not very good, so we're going to leave him out. He won't be returning to play.